This is Gore Versus Time. This is the officially licensed deck builder from the band Gore. In this game, this features all of the characters of Gore, past and present. They're in the game. They're reflected on these cards here. So all of your favorite characters are present. All of your favorite minions are present. In Gore Versus Time, you're going to be building your deck to acquire violence and power. Violence cards are going to be added directly to your victory point total. Power cards are going to make your deck more powerful to allow you to acquire more violence. The game will end at a set amount of time. There'll be a time counter that's included, and each turn the time will go by. When the time counter ends, the player with the most victory points wins the game. In addition to cards making your deck better, you'll be able to add cards to your opponent's decks to make their deck worse. Right, so half the strategy is going to be making your deck better. The other half of the strategy is going to make your opponent's deck worse. And in a nutshell, that's Gore Versus Time. It plays 3 to 5 players, and it takes about an hour to play.
And is it out now?
So it's out now. It's available at your favorite game store or online or here at the convention, and it's $60. And it is officially endorsed by Sleazy P. Martini himself. You can dig up the YouTube video where he did for us, or you can find our Kickstarter from 2019, and he's on there with the video. So go check out Sleazy on the YouTubes.
Hello, how's it going? My name's Ty McDonald. This is my game, The Last Command. It is a dual deck builder about 2 starships in a broadside battle. So you are the captain of your ship, and again, you are managing 2 different decks of cards. This is meant to make it more easier for you, give you more agency, not make it more complicated. So, for example, this deck right here is your system deck. It includes these types of cards. Basically, these are upgrades for your ship. So how it works is system cards have to be played in their system, and they have to be able to consume power from that system's power gauge. So there's an element of resource management. People often want to know, well, is it tough to make combos happen or get power in this game? Not at all, because you draw cards one at a time from either of these 2 decks. Let's say you draw a system card and you don't have enough power. Just draw from the other deck. That's your crew deck. Crew can go anywhere on the ship, even though there's different types, but they always provide power to the system that you play them in. So that's one way that the ship and its crew work together, but the even bigger one is, you know how in many deck builders, the cards generally leave at the end of your turn. In this game, they generally stay and play. So it has an interesting engine building element to it, because every single one of these 3 systems is going to fire off at the end of your turn and try to give you this bottom row of bonuses if you have crew with a matching synergy in that system. So like for instance here in engineering, every turn we kept this combo here you would keep getting an extra card draw at the end of your turn, and you keep getting 3 credits. But you see how we're not dealing this damage or this damage because we don't have the right crew. So usually, again, in a deck builder, you'd be like, well, I have to draw the right crew, right, in order to make a combo happen. And you could, but you could also be like, well, I really want to play a system card. So let's say you did that. And what I'm about to show you, we could have done, even if it had been an engineering card, you just play it over the one that's there. After you pay the power cost, you trigger the main ability, but you've instantly swapped out what the bonus, the reoccurring bonus is to be one that you're now benefiting from. So it's FTL inspired, obviously a little bit of a Star Realms element there, but it doesn't play it like it at all. 30 to 60 minutes.
It's out now?
Yeah.
Does the mats come with?
Yep, it's $39, neoprene in the box. And it is a living card game, even though I'm a solo developer. I've had new content coming out every 6 months. It came out last year. So it's $7 for the new expansions and $69 if you want sleeves and everything. So. Yep.
All right. Hey, this is Colton here at the Kansas Key Games booth, and we are showing off our new game Excursions, which is coming to Kickstarter in October. This is a smaller, faster playing, medium weight Galactic Cruise experience. It has a lot of shared DNA from the big boy Galactic Cruise, but we do have our own spin on it. A literal spin. There's a spinning wheel in the middle of the board. In this game, you're going to pick an action, and everyone at the table is going to do that action at the same time. So for instance, if I chose to take money, everyone's going to take 2 money. I'm going to get 2 additional money. Then the board rotates, and it's the next player's turn. So even when it's not your turn, it's your turn, because you're always doing something. We're still building out trips, we're still launching guests, taking them where they want to go on their space vacations. But instead of it taking about an hour per player, it takes about an hour, regardless of how many players are around the table. So yeah, this is coming to Kickstarter in the fall, in October, and we're super pumped about it.
This is going to have to be on my phone, so I don't know how well you'll be able to hear me, but it is really coming down out there right now. We just walked over to Loughmiller's. We were able to get a seat today because nobody's walking out here.
I think it's still the last table here, so some people are still walking.
it's still busy. But my shoes are soaked, my shirt is soaked, my hat is soaked. That was fun. The tornado.
60-year-old building's gotta be sturdy. 100 years.
I'm still on my phone. It's been a weird afternoon at Gen Con this year. Our hotel at the Omni only has one working elevator currently. There's water all over the first floor. Hoping that when we get back to our room, we don't find a mess. But it's odd.
Oh, that's not good.
There's so we just got to our room and there's a couple of buckets outside of it. That's not really a great sign. Let's see if we can get into our room. Now, everything inside the room looks pretty decent. I don't see any water anywhere. So inside is fine. Outside was kind of a mess, but it must have been leaking just outside of our door.
I guess.
Yeah. That's a strange occurrence here. Took a long time to wait for the elevator, obviously, since there was only one that was working. When we were at Loughmiller's, I did notice that my camera got a little wet. I'm hoping it's okay. I haven't tested it out yet. Aside from that, at Loughmiller's had the French dip. Amazing. So good. Definitely recommend the French dip at Loughmiller's. I feel like there's a lot for me to catch up on with you guys right now, but I think I'm gonna have to take a minute to kind of collect my thoughts first before we talk about anything else, because right now I'm just trying to kind of let me get changed, then we'll talk. Well, I had to ditch the gimbal. I didn't want to carry that around, so hopefully the footage isn't too shaky. We got everything kind of settled down in the room. The mezzanine floor of the Omni is completely flooded. It's soaked, so that's what has been coming through the elevator shafts, and that's why the entire what's that? Which way are we going?
Straight, but I'm not crossing right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're trying to make me run across the street.
No. There was a lot of rain in the halls, it looks like, in the event hall. Probably just as noisy in here, but I'm going to try to finish my thought from earlier. So we got back to the hotel, as you saw. Nothing in the hotel room, but apparently the mezzanine floor of the Omni was completely flooded. I saw some pictures on the Fans of Gen Con Facebook group. It was nuts. But we decided to walk down to. We're at Pearl Street Pizzeria. Got a couple of beers.
MFD or manufactured wood.
I got the Dogfish Head Grateful Dead. It's a hazy IPA. Really good.
It's got gluten in it. Okay. He said, so this is what it's like when actors get kicked off the show and see the replacement.
Who said that? Glenn did?
So sad.
So.
Actors.
I feel like when actors get kicked off the show and see their replacement.
So our buddy Glenn, who normally comes here with us, they had a fire in their garage this year, and so he wasn't able to come with us. So we're missing him, but he's been staying in touch and getting the lowdown of everything that's going on. But fingers crossed he'll be back here with us again next year. Oh, I haven't mentioned what we played in the hot games room. That's what that was like the whole point of this. What I was going to try and record. So the first game we played in the hot games room today was the Game Makers from Bezier. Huge box, very deluxe production. Gameplay was really good. I liked it a lot. I just don't think I can justify the $250 price tag on it. Not if I'm going to also try to grab the King's Gambit.
Wait, I'm getting the King's Gambit.
Oh.
So I'm getting that one.
We can't spend that much. That's too much.
Alright, fine.
I would consider grabbing that one, but just that's a lot. Then we played a couple of quick games. We played Seashells from Kids Table Board Games. That was a very quick, cute-looking game about basically drafting seashells from a grid. Man, that was almost too light for me. I don't mind light games, but that one was almost. It didn't feel like there was quite enough going on there for me. But Kids Table Board Games, if you're playing with kids, might be a good one. Then we played Size Wise, right? A party game about guessing the size of things.
With ropes.
With ropes. It was.
You had a perfect score.
It was fine. I had a perfect score. I didn't lose any.
He guesses all
So
the right sizes.
I guess I know my sizes. And then we played Crits and Tricks, which is one that's been on my interested list for a long time. That one's another one that I might try to pick up tomorrow. It's a trick-taking game where you are rolling a set of polyhedral dice and assigning those dice to the cards to kind of determine their strength. Really cool, kind of pretty clever. I would like to play it again, but I think it's one that I'm confident enough that I would like it that I would be willing to pick that one up. All right, well, we made it to the end of day 3, Saturday. What a weird day. Between the tornado warning and the flood in the hotel and just getting drenched trying to get from place to place. It was a very strange day at Gen Con. I'm beat. We went to the Pearl Street Pizzeria this evening for a couple of drinks, and then we were debating where to go after, and finally just decided on coming back to the bar here at the Omni, just in case it started raining again. We did not want to get soaked again, like we did on the way to Loughmiller's. But yeah, another day where if I feel like we've played a lot of very good games. I will say this year at Gen Con, I feel like we've actually played more games than we typically do. At Gen Con, anyway. Typically, Gen Con is not a convention where we get a lot of games played. Usually there's a lot of other things going on that keep us pretty busy. This year, our schedule wasn't as busy, which meant that we had a lot more time for gaming, which was great. I've got a couple of games that I think I would like to try to pick up at the convention, at the exhibitor hall tomorrow. But I also feel like we've at least tried out enough games that I kind of know what's coming up that I might want to grab. Today we did, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but we did grab Wine and Cheese from the Pegasus booth, which is the follow-up to Beer and Bread, which I reviewed a while ago on the channel. It looks like a fairly different game, like mechanism-wise, but it also looks like it retains some of the same feel as Beer and Bread. I'm very curious to get that one to the table. But yeah, it's, I think, 2 o'clock in the morning. We've got a long drive home tomorrow. And we do still plan on getting back into the convention hall. And we will probably hit up Kilroy's. That's usually our traditional last stop before leaving Indianapolis after Gen Con. We'll typically hit up Kilroy's for their Sunday mimosas. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I think tomorrow is going to be more purchases made in the convention center. So I will. I'll let you know. We'll show you what those are. But for tonight, we're gonna say good night. We will see you in the morning.